Okay, today we'll do solubility of salts. In fact, preparation of salts, better to say, not solubility. This is a solubility chart, but we'll do preparation of salts. But before directly going to preparation of salts, we first understand this chart. Now in this chart, all the soluble salts and insoluble salts are given. Now it is very important to know whether a salt is a soluble salt or an insoluble salt in water, because both type of salt have a different method of preparation. Soluble salts have a different methods of preparation, insoluble salts have a different methods of preparation. So if a certain salt has to be prepared, the first thing we have to understand, or we have to know, that whether the given salt is a soluble salts or insoluble salts. Okay, because as I have told you, they both have different methods. Soluble salts have a different method and insoluble salts have a different method of preparation. So this chart is very important to learn and understand. You see, all sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble. So any sodium salts, potassium salts or ammonium salts, whether it's a chloride, bromide, nitrate, sulfate, anything, whether it's a sodium, potassium or ammonium salts, they are soluble. Okay, so any sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble. Similarly, all nitrates and nitrites are also soluble. So any nitrates, any nitrites of any metals or anything, so that means any nitrates and nitrites are soluble. Similarly, all chlorides, bromides and iodides are soluble. All chlorides, bromides, iodides are soluble, except this mercurous chloride, silver chloride, ferric chloride and lead chloride. These four chlorides are insoluble. Understand? So all chlorides, bromides, iodides, they are soluble salts, but exception is these four salts. And lead chloride is insoluble in cold water, but it is soluble in hot water. So, but we'll still take it in insoluble salts part. So it is an insoluble salt. Similarly, all sulfates are soluble. All sulfates are soluble except these three: calcium sulfate, lead sulfate, barium sulfate. Okay. And all carbonates, any carbonates, sulfides and phosphates, they are insoluble salts. So any carbonate, any sulfides, any sulfides and phosphates are insoluble salt, except you already know that sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble any. So naturally here also sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are exceptional. Understand? So I am repeating, any sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble, any nitrates and nitrites are soluble, all chlorides, bromides, iodides are soluble except this mercurous chloride, silver chloride, ferric chloride, lead chloride. All sulfates are soluble again except calcium sulfate, lead sulfate and barium sulfate. And all carbonates, sulfides and phosphates are insoluble salts except naturally sodium, potassium and ammonium salts. Okay, so first of all you should note down and learn this part, and then only you can understand and do properly the preparation of salts. Okay. Okay, now we'll do preparation of soluble salts first. Now you have already done that properties of acids, in chemical properties of acids, whatever the properties of acid you had, if you remember, these 5 chemical properties, all these methods are used for preparation of soluble salts. Okay, first of all you should note this, whatever chemical properties of acids you have studied And if you see, in all the chemical properties salts are produced. All this method are used for preparation of soluble salts. Okay, like first one, if you remember, metal plus acid gives salt and hydrogen. So this displacement method, this is, we say, displacement method, and all these are, double displacement method. Second method, acid plus base gives salt and water, so that's neutralization reaction. Third is carbonate or bicarbonate or hydrogen carbonate also we say, plus acid gives salt, water and carbon dioxide. Fourth is sulfides or bisulfides. Instead of bisulfite you also say hydrogen sulfides plus acid gives salt, water and sulfur dioxide. And fifth method is metal sulfide plus acid give salt and hydrogen sulfide. Okay, so first of all you should also know these general equations first. So these methods are used for preparation of soluble salts. Okay, now we'll see some examples how to prepare some salts, soluble salts. You see, number one, sodium chloride. Now in this sodium chloride we will not use that metal plus acid. If you remember, I told you metal plus acid gives salt and hydrogen. I will not use this for which salt? Sodium or potassium salt, because they are highly explosive. Although this reaction happens, understand, this reaction happens, Na plus HCl gives NaCl plus hydrogen, this reaction happens. But if they ask you how to prepare sodium chloride, and during that time if you give this reaction, you will get 0 marks. Because since it's highly means explosive reaction, we don't use to prepare this method for preparing sodium or potassium salts. So we will not use this first method, but the remaining 4 method, any of the method we can use to prepare sodium or potassium salt. So first method we are not using. So we can use the second method, neutralization, that we can use that acid plus base gives salt and water. So water acid, water base are oxides, water base oxides or hydroxides of metals. So the first, for preparing NaCl, we can use base as sodium oxide, and since we require salt, which salt? As chloride, I will use HCl, and we will get salt and water, so we get NaCl plus H2. So remember, the type of salt, it depends upon what type of acids we have used. If I am using HCl, I will get a chloride. If I use a sulfuric acid, I will get a sulfate. If I use a nitric acid, I will get a nitrate. So this is metallic oxide. So this base plus acid gives salt and water. So we can use this equation. We can also prepare by this method NaOH. So hydroxide is also base plus HCl will give you NaCl plus H2. So this is the first method we can use. Next we can also use this method, carbonates or bicarbonates plus acid gives salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. So I require sodium chloride. Okay, so I use sodium carbonate. I can use sodium carbonate Na2CO3 plus HCl will give you NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. I can also use sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3 plus HCl. What we got? NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. Okay. I can use the third method also, sulfite or bisulfite plus acid gives salt plus water plus sulfur dioxide. So I can use for sodium sulfite Na2SO3 plus acid, I will use HCl. So what I get? Salt. I get salt NaCl plus H2O plus SO2. I can also use NaHSO3. NaHSO3 plus HCl will give you salt plus water plus SO2. Okay. And the last method we can use that one as metal sulfide plus acid will give you salt plus water, salt plus H2S. So metal sulfide we will use sodium sulfide Na2S plus HCl will give you what? NaCl plus H2S. So you can understand, for preparing sodium chloride only we can use these methods. All these equations are for sodium chloride. Okay. Similarly, when they ask me potassium chloride, so the same thing, instead of sodium, okay, I will use potassium. So here will be K2O, and you will get here KCl. Here will be KOH, and you will get here potassium chloride. Similarly, for carbonate, I will use K2CO3 plus HCl. So I will get KCl and H2O plus CO2. Again, if I use potassium bicarbonate plus HCl, I get potassium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. Similarly, you can understand here also I can use K2SO3 plus HCl. I'll get KCl plus H2O plus SO2. I can use KHSO3 plus HCl. Again here I will get KCl plus H2 plus SO2. Again for metal sulfide, I can use K2S, potassium sulfide plus HCl. Again I will get KCl and H2S. Okay, that's all. Similarly for sodium sulfate also I can use all these reactions. Say suppose I require, or potassium sulfate. Now here potassium oxide, if I replace with H2SO4. So in all these cases, if I replace with H2SO4, in every case I get same. So K2O plus H2SO4 will give me potassium sulfate K2SO4 plus H2. Okay, so only we will not use the first method for sodium and potassium. But for magnesium, for other zinc, okay, iron, ferrous, we can use the first method also. Okay, so for sodium, potassium, just we will not use the first method of preparation. Then after that, the remaining 4 method we can use. That's acid plus base gives salt and water, carbonate bicarbonate plus acid gives salt, water and carbon dioxide, sulfite bisulfite plus acid gives salt, water and sulfur dioxide, and metal sulfate plus acid gives salt and hydrogen sulfite. Okay, understand? Similarly, if they ask me nitrate also, so when they ask me nitrate, I use nitric acid. So again, when they ask me say potassium nitrate or sodium nitrate, NaNO3. So here also I will not use the first method. So we will use the second method, the neutralization. I can use NaOH plus HNO3. I can also use Na2O plus HNO3. I can also use carbonate Na2CO3 plus HNO3. So here we get salt and water, so I get NaNO3 plus H2O. Here also we get salt and water, I get NaNO3 plus H2O. Here I get NaNO3 salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. If I use NaHCO3 plus HNO3, then also I get NaNO3 plus H2O plus CO2. If I use sulfite plus acid, so I will use Na2SO3 plus HNO3. I get what? Salt, that is NaNO3 plus water plus sulfur dioxide. If I use sodium bisulfite, NaHSO3, again HNO3, I'll again get NaNO3 plus water plus SO2. If I use metal sulfide, so I'll use Na2S plus HNO3. I get NO3, NaNO3 and H2S. Understand? So same for magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate and magnesium nitrate. I can use all this method. Okay, so suppose I require magnesium chloride, magnesium anything, I can use this method. But in case of magnesium, we can use that first displacement method. Okay, so I told you the displacement method should not be used for preparation of sodium and potassium salt. Except these two, I can use the first displacement method for anybody, like magnesium plus HCl. So that's metal plus acid gives salt and hydrogen, so I'll get magnesium chloride and hydrogen. Okay, if I use magnesium plus sulfuric acid, H2SO4, so I get MgSO4 plus hydrogen. Similarly, if I use here, if I use MgOH whole twice plus HNO3, I will get here MgNO3 whole twice. So that means if I replace all with magnesium salts here I will get all magnesium salts, all these magnesium salts, chloride, sulfate, nitrate, just like sodium, potassium as I have done. I can use this method, but in case of magnesium, zinc, iron, I can use this method also, that displacement method. But this displacement method I will not use for sodium salts and potassium salt. So you have to remember this. Okay, understand? So this is how we can prepare any soluble salts. Okay, say for example, I'm just giving one more example. Say barium chloride. Now barium chloride is a soluble salt. So what I'll use barium hydroxide, I'll use barium oxide, and then I'll get all these salts. Okay, so in every case the methods are same, only I have to just change that positive ions. So I require a barium salt, so I'll use barium hydroxide, BaOH whole twice, and HCl. So base plus acid give salt and water, so I'll get BaCl2 plus H2O. So just like any other soluble salts, I can use all the 5 method, but the first method, that's the displacement method, I will not use for sodium and potassium salts. Okay, so this is how we can prepare soluble salts. Okay. Okay, now I always advise my students that unless mentioned, neutralization reaction is the best method for preparation of soluble salts. Okay, because it has no controversy. With neutralization method, you can prepare any soluble salts, whether it's sodium salts or potassium salts or ammonium salts or magnesium salts or any calcium salts. If it is soluble, we use neutralization reaction. That's the best and the easiest reaction. So unless mentioned, if they ask you just simply how prepare the salts or give reactions, it's better always go for neutralization reaction. And the neutralization of sodium salts, potassium salts and ammonium salts are completed by a method known as titration. Okay, that you will learn in higher classes. If you take science in laboratory, you will do. So it's a method of neutralization by using the phenolphthalein as indicators. To that method, by understanding the color change in the phenolphthalein, we can understand whether the neutralization reaction is complete or not. So this method is also known as titration. So sometimes the method titration means, you have to understand that means it is neutralization reaction. Okay, understand? Okay, now preparation of insoluble salts. Generally we use two methods. These are two most common methods. The first is direct combination, but not all salts. You remember, only sulfide salts we prepare by direct combination and ferric chloride. Okay, I'll tell you. And the second method is double decomposition precipitation reaction. Okay, you remember, double decomposition, we have two type of reaction. One is neutralization reaction and then this is precipitation reaction. As you know, neutralization reaction is used for preparation of soluble salts. But here we are preparation of insoluble salts. So here the double decomposition reaction will be a precipitation reaction. Okay, I'll come later. Now first I'll show you this sulfides and ferric chloride. Now when ferric chloride, suppose, okay, FeCl3, so we'll just take Fe and plus Cl2, and in fact this should be dry chlorine, and this should be red hot iron, and we get FeCl3. So in fact, and we should heat it, so we get iron 3 chloride. So iron should be red hot, chlorine should be dry chlorine, and then we get ferric chloride. So this is also an important reaction, and sometimes in your book also you'll see a diagram there given this way, a tube containing some iron here, iron filings. So here it will be chlorine. In fact, that's dry chlorine, and sometimes they may give you this chlorine is actually passing from concentrated sulfuric acid. So I'm just giving you the representative diagram. So this is the normal chlorine, and this is concentrated sulfuric acid here. So chlorine passes through this, and then concentrated sulfuric acid is a dehydrating agent, so it moisture from the chlorine, and therefore you get here dry chlorine. Okay, so it should be given in your book, the diagram and everything. So if you read it, you can understand. So that chlorine is not directly passed into it, it is passed through concentrated sulfuric acid, and then it is passed, so that the chlorine becomes dry. And here this is iron, so we take iron filings, and then they react, and we heat it from here with a burner. So we get Fe plus Cl2, we get iron 3 chloride or ferric chloride, and then ferric chloride, then it is collected, okay. So this ferric chloride gas means it comes in form of vapor, and then it is condensed here, and then we get ferric chloride here. And in this tube only there is a channel made like this, okay, and here you will have a bulb, then this bulb contains fused calcium chloride. You know the ferric chloride we get here. Now ferric chloride is a highly deliquescent substance. That means it absorbs moisture from the atmosphere and dissolve in it. So just to keep this ferric chloride dry, we just connect it with a chamber, the bulb with a chamber containing fused calcium chloride, because fused calcium chloride absorbs moisture from the atmosphere, from the air, and it keeps this area dry so that ferric chloride does not absorb moisture. Okay, so you can go through your textbook and you will find this diagram and you can understand there properly. Okay. So similarly, any sulfides can also be prepared by this direct combination. So lead plus sulfur you heat, you get lead sulfide. Iron plus sulfur you heat, you get ferrous sulfide. Okay, copper plus sulfur you heat, you get copper sulfide. So any sulfide and ferric chloride will prepare by direct combination, and all the remaining salts, insoluble salts, will prepare by this double decomposition precipitation method. Okay, now we'll go for the others insoluble salts. In fact, most of the insoluble salt, as you have seen, except sulfide and ferric chloride, will be prepared by this method. Very important, and it is very important to understand. Okay, now if you have to understand, otherwise you can't do. Initially it looks some troublesome, but once you understand the concept, it's very easy. Now first of all, you have seen that I have given some list of insoluble salts. Now if you remember that solubility salt chart, so from that solubility salt you can understand that all these salts are insoluble. If you remember, all chlorides are soluble except lead chloride, mercurous chloride, silver chloride. Okay, so all ferric chloride, so all these are insoluble salts. So lead chloride is an insoluble salt, lead carbonate, barium sulfate, silver chloride, lead sulfate, copper carbonate, and calcium sulfate. Okay, so generally it is seen that these are the most important salts, the most common salts they ask you to prepare. Okay, so now try to understand. The first thing is that I have told you the second method of preparation is double decomposition precipitation method. Precipitation means a salt will be precipitated, because all these are insoluble salts, so precipitate will be formed. But double decomposition, the concept, the mechanism of the reaction. AB plus CD, they will change their partner and they will give two different compounds, AD and CB. So that's the double decomposition, you remember. Now for preparing an insoluble salt, I have to remember these two things, very important. What? First thing what I have to understand, for preparing an insoluble salt, I have to use soluble salt of the same positive ions of the required salt. And second, what I have to use? I have to use a salts of sodium or potassium of the same negative ions of the required salt. So that's the two, the secret of preparation of insoluble salts is giving in these two. Okay, again I am explaining you how. First, whenever you want to prepare an insoluble salts, okay, it break into two parts mentally. This is the positive ions, Pb plus 2, and this is the negative ions, Cl minus. So you break this into two parts. Now you see, this is for number 1 and this is for number 2. What I told you, I'll take the soluble salt of the same positive ions of the required salt. So the positive ions of the required salt is this Pb plus 2. What I have to take? I have to take a soluble salt. Understand? Soluble salt of what? Soluble salt of these ions. Okay. And remember, all sodium, potassium salts are soluble. Okay. In fact, here this is not used, required. So, but all nitrates are soluble. If you remember, all nitrates are soluble. There are other also soluble salts, but since all nitrates are soluble, so every time I want to take a soluble salt, I use better to use a nitrate. So what I told you, first whatever salt you have to prepare, say PbCl2, mentally you divide it into two parts, the positive ions and the negative ions. So this is the positive ions part. The first thing what I told you, I have to take a soluble salt of the same positive ion of the required salt. So what I will take? I will take lead nitrate, PbNO3 whole twice. All nitrates are soluble, so lead nitrate is also soluble. So the first part is complete. And the second what you will take? I will take a salts of sodium and potassium of the same negative ions. So negative ion is Cl here. So same, we will take a salt of sodium or potassium. Now if I take sodium salt of this ion, so that is sodium chloride. Now you just do double decomposition reaction. You see the salt is produced. See Pb with Cl, what you get? PbCl2 and Na and NO3, what you get? NaNO3. So I'll take salt of sodium or potassium. Understand? If I used KCl, so here also I'll get PbCl2 plus I get KNO3. Understand? Very simple. Okay. So this is how we have prepared lead chloride. Now I'll show you 2 or 3 examples. So I think the concept will be clear for you. Okay. Now I am taking, say, lead carbonate. I want to prepare lead carbonate. What I told you, divide into two, positive and negative. I have to take a soluble salt of this. So again I will take lead nitrate here, PbNO3 whole twice, and the negative ion, what I'll take? I'll take a sodium and potassium salt. So I'll take Na2 and CO3. Change the partners. What I get? PbCO3 and NaNO3. Okay, same. If I take potassium carbonate, the only difference I'll get is potassium nitrate. Okay. Third one, you see barium sulfate. Again barium sulfate. Divide into two mentally. So barium, I'll take barium nitrate, BaNO3 whole twice, and sulfate, I'll take a sodium and potassium salt or potassium salt. So again you see what I get? BaSO4 plus KNO3. Understand? So very important. Say silver chloride, AgCl. So take, so positive and this is the negative. I'll take a soluble salt of this positive, again silver nitrate, AgNO3. I'll take Cl, means I'll take NaCl. Okay. In all this case, wherever I am using NaCl or KCl, okay, so here what I get? AgCl and AgCl and NaNO3. So if I use AgNO3, if I use KCl, what I get? Again AgCl plus KNO3. Okay. Now we can also, now I generally say sodium and potassium, but you remember we can also take HCl or HNO3, but in all these cases you have to write concentrated. So all these are concentrated. AgCl, similar format. Now if I take AgNO3, silver nitrate, and yes, HCl, we can also you understand. So but I generally advise everybody to use sodium and potassium, so there will be less confusion. Okay, so we will always go for the simple route, because in HCl or HNO3 or H2SO4, when you use, you have to write concentrated and all. Now if you write forget, then it will be a problem. So you can understand. So similarly, copper carbonate, calcium sulfate, all same method. You can see it's very easy. Again, see copper carbonate. So copper, again copper, and this, so copper, I'll take copper nitrate and a sodium and potassium salt, Na2CO3, and then change the partner, CuCO3 and NaNO3. Okay. Now in case of copper, I can also use, instead of copper nitrate, I can use copper sulfate. Okay, copper sulfate is also soluble salt, you know. And here also you see Na2CO3. So I get same, I get CuCO3 and then Na2SO4. Okay, understand? Okay, now a very important question. Now many students, do mistakes in this question. I'll tell you what mistake they do and what we should not do. You see the question, what they told, starting from PbO. How can you prepare PbCl2 and PbSO4? Okay. Now when this question is asked, the first thing the students do or think is that they simply write, this is base and this is acid, and they give this reaction, and for lead sulfate they give this reaction. So the first thing that most of the students mind comes this two equation. When they ask starting from PbO, you have to use PbO and you have to prepare this and this. The first thing, they do this, and which is a complete wrong. This is a mistake. You know why? Because this is acid plus base gives salt and water, and you remember this is a neutralization reaction. And neutralization reaction is never used for preparation of insoluble salts, and these two are insoluble salts. So this is a wrong method and student gets 0 in this method. So this is wrong method. We have to start with PbO and we have to get PbCl2, but we can't use this because this is neutralization reaction and these are insoluble salts. We can't use this method for preparation of insoluble salts. So that means we cannot use neutralization reaction for preparation of insoluble salts. Okay, remember, very important. So you remember this mistake. So you should not repeat this mistake. Now see the correct one. What should I do? Forget about starting from PbO. Forget about this. For time being, forget. If I ask you directly ki just prepare PbCl2, just now I have shown. So then what you do? You just divide it into two parts. So positive and negative, and then what I told, you have to think of a soluble salt of this positive. So soluble salt, what we thought generally PbNO3 whole twice, and then what I thought, we have to also think a sodium or potassium salt of the negative ion. So I use this. That's all. So this is PbCl2 and NaNO3. So this is what we think when somebody asks me directly to prepare PbCl2, then we directly do this. But here the problem is we have to start from PbO. So here also we'll do this method, but this is the second method, second reaction. This equation we have to do in 2 steps. Now they told me starting from PbO. So what I'll do, from PbO, I first produce PbNO3 whole twice. Okay, so I'm rubbing it again. I'm starting from PbO. First I will do this PbHNO3, PbO plus HNO3, and I get PbNO3 whole twice plus H2O. Now this is also a neutralization reaction. Base plus acid give salt and water. But you know, I can use this method because this lead nitrate is a soluble salt. So in this case I can use I can use neutralization reaction. So for this is my first step of the reaction, and then with this PbNO3 whole twice, now I require PbCl2. So what I will take? I will take NaCl or I will take KCl. So I will get here PbCl2 plus NaNO3. Similarly here also I will take instead of this I will get what? PbCl2 plus KNO3. Okay, understand? Very important. So when this type of reaction comes, we have to complete in the two steps. First we will form that like nitrate, soluble salt, by using a neutralization reaction, PbO plus HNO3, lead nitrate plus water, and then with this, using this lead nitrate, by using sodium or potassium salt, I will get my required insoluble salt. And I forgot to mention, in every case you should mark with a down arrow with this insoluble salt precipitation. Okay. Okay, just one more example of similar type. Again here you can see they told what? Starting from CuO, how can you prepare CuCO3? So again this is an insoluble salt, CuCO3. So first what I will do, I will prepare copper nitrate and water, soluble salt of copper, so by neutralization reaction, and then I use CuNO3 whole twice, and I require a carbonate, so I take sodium carbonate, I get copper carbonate, CuCO3 and plus NaNO3. Understand? Same. Now in case of copper, as you know, copper sulfate is also a soluble salt, so I can also use this CuO plus H2SO4 will give me copper sulfate plus water. So again copper sulfate is insoluble salt. Now I will use this copper sulfate and I require again copper carbonate, so I will again use a sodium potassium salt. So again the partner change, I get CuCO3 and I get K2SO4. Okay, and that's all, and so preparation of salts is over. Okay.